I'm meteorologist Monica Woods looking at our regional headlines, and a lot of it includes some chilly weather heading our way. Frosty conditions for the coast, cold mornings for the valley and the foothills, staying cool for the Sierra as well. Those morning lows are going to be in the single digits with afternoon highs in the 30s. A look at our drought monitor, the new one coming out for today, and we are seeing something we haven't seen in 25 years. This is how we started off the water year. Lots of us in moderate to severe, even some extreme drought in California. And for the first time in 25 years, no part of the state is covered in any drought category. Again, you have to go back on this time series, 25 years to see something like that. That was back in April of 2000. We stayed there for a couple of months. So even though we're looking at this dry stretch, it's very likely we're going to kind of stay in that category, largely due to the big bulk of precipitation we've seen so far for the water year. Many areas well above average, quite a stark difference from what we saw last year at this time, where there was a distinct line of demarcation, very wet north and dry Southern California. So nice to see some statewide improvement there. Here's a look at the cold weather alerts. This is the next issue that we're going to be moving on to, especially for the coast. Cold weather advisory through the morning hours on Friday, so that those cold conditions starting to subside for the afternoon. Also started off with extremely cold conditions for much of the Monterey Bay area, and a lot of that is agriculture. Much of our, we say, farm basket, our fruit basket is over towards the coast. We get a lot of our fruits and vegetables from that region. Here's a look at the departure from normal. So some very crisp conditions in the wake of a cold front that moved through on Wednesday. We'll see some nice warming for the afternoon, but overall a cooler than average weather pattern, especially for the mornings. We have those northwest winds on our Friday. Those are going to start to back off a little bit as we start to see more cloud cover coming through. Dry stretch, though. We're not expecting much in the way of precipitation here for the next several days. Really need some drying out for much of the state as well. Highs in the 50s for our Friday, or 30s for our Friday forecast, I should say. 50s down low for the foothills. As we make our way southward through the central Sierra, we're looking at mountain highs in the 40s and lower elevations in the 50s for the valley. Taking it over towards the coast, we'll see a little improvement for those overnight lows. Lows will still be in the 30s again for much of the Monterey Bay area. Hollister down to 33, Los Banos at 32, Mendota at 31, even Hanford at 32. Again, these are large agriculture areas, so we got the rain. Now we've got some frosty conditions that we have to protect the plants from. 30s and 40s across the Bay Area. As we head inland, we're looking at morning lows in the 30s with afternoon highs in the 50s. Northwest coast, we're dry. A few clouds coming in for our weekend forecast for our Friday. We're going to keep it in the 50s for the north end of the valley and the capital region with overnight lows in the 30s once again. So kind of a cold stretch there of those morning lows. We certainly see that for the Sierra with morning lows in the teens, afternoon highs in the 30s and 40s. Dry for the foothills, morning lows in the 40s. Those afternoon highs climbing into the 60s. We're going to track the opportunity for fog, though, throughout much of the valley, and that's going to keep our temperatures just a little bit on the cooler side. We're looking at fog potentially on Tuesday and a mix of sun and clouds as we head deeper into the forecast.